Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and today we're taking a look at some ADHD planners or planners who claim to be for ADHD people who have certain types of symptoms, I guess, or issues with planning and staying focused, that type of thing. I went looking on the Dutch version of Amazon and bol.com, and I found one on bol.com that looked interesting. And there were a lot of planners. There's always a lot of planners, and some planners claim in their description somewhere or in their tags to be for ADHD, but they're generally just low stimulus planners, like just very bare bones, like that type of thing. But I went looking for ones that specifically claim to be ADHD planners. I found one on there, and I got 3 from Amazon. I'm pretty sure there were others that I could have gotten, but I stuck to these 4 so we can take a look at them. And I was actually planning on using them each for about a week. But when I got the Amazon stack today, I would look through it and I was like, you know what, actually, let's just take a look at it together, because if I have to spend a whole week in either one of these, it's going to be a costly week for me, because I don't think I will appreciate it. But let's start off with the one that I got from bol.com. Now, one thing before I get started is all of these, including this one, which is also on bol.com, which is like the Dutch version of Amazon basically, have the look and feel of KDP low content books. And if you're like into the whole publishing, self-publishing thing, I'm pretty sure you know what KDP is. But the people who don't, Kindle Direct Publishing, or KDP, is like this website where you can upload content and have them print it for you when somebody orders your book, so to speak. So you have uploaded content for usually a low content book, like a planner, for instance, or a diary or something like that, journal, and then you upload a PDF, you upload a cover, and you enter some information about the book, and then when somebody orders it, Amazon prints it for you and sends it off and does all the rest of the shipping and handling and all that good stuff, and you get like a commission per book. So it's very cheap and easy. It does mean that sometimes the quality is questionable, and the issue that I have mainly with a lot of those is that you do not get a preview on the website, so you don't know what's in there. And this one really feels like one of these, because it is very simple. It has the same glued spine that they all have. Now this one, of course, is from the Dutch version of bol.com. I didn't know they did them over there, but apparently they do, because it has a lot of vibes of that. And if you compare it to some of the others, we'll see, or you'll see what I mean. So it has a very simple cover, first of all, and has a whitish brain on front and a blackish brain on the back. Both of them appear to be missing a brain, so I'm not really sure what they're trying to say here. I had seen this planner on a couple of different websites before, so apparently it's been spread around a bit, so that made me think it was going to be a professionally made planner. But then we look on the inside, and it says here ADHD planner for adults. All right, so we have like a little intro page where you put some information, and then we have some puzzle pieces here. Is that the symbol for ADHD? I don't know. But that's something that you can fill in if you wanted. I'm currently not going to do that. I never actually do that, to be honest. But okay, so you can do that on the first page, and then we are immediately into the whole daily planner. Now, I have a couple of issues with this one. I got this one a day earlier, so I was actually trying to do stuff in this one in order to try and figure out if I liked it or not. But I very quickly ran into some issues that I wasn't quite sure whether this was professional or not, and I started to kind of like look at things more critically. One of the things that kind of bothered me over here is that this little list over here doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Okay, you have date and week. Okay, I can understand that you want to maybe do that. Personally, I hate week numbers, so I really don't care about including the week number. The date is enough for me to fill out what day it is. Location, I don't know, why would you put a location here? A bit of a strange question. And then weight. So this is kind of like a random collection of data that you have to enter at each top of each page. And then if you look over here, I kind of put some lines on it to kind of show that these bars are not even, not on the right either. Like, okay, date, week, location, weight, Those are also not even, by the way. If you look at the position of the words, they're not quite spaced out properly. But in any case, so you can kind of expect that if you want to put like a gray bar somewhere, like maybe this was put in some type of table, that it wouldn't be quite even because the words are of course different lengths, but on the end it's also not even. So I'm not sure how they made this, but this one's shorter than that one, and that one's shorter than this one, and then this one's about the same length as that one, but it's not quite the same. So I thought that was kind of weird and annoying. But in any case, so the next thing we have here is a mood tracker, and one of my personal gripes is when they put, like, they mix up all the little emotions on here. I prefer to have angriest to happiest and then everything in between, like a scale. But here you have a slightly sad, here you have a neutral one, this one's annoyed, this one's crying, this one's angry, this one's super happy, but there's nothing in between. So I drew my own little somewhat happy face on the right, so they didn't quite include all the moods that I expect to find in a mood tracker, nor did they put them in the right order. And then we're on to behavior. So what are we planning? It does say planner for adults, so I'm not sure what this has to do with planning, but we're actually tracking our behaviors apparently. Inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity is being tracked here. And also it says confusioned, but I don't know if that's an actual word or not. But in any case, they want you to, I guess, track during the day how your short attention is, or how unmotivated / bored you are, how short attention again. What does that mean? Twice. See, there's two things in here, and then there's forgetful / confusioned, and I put a little question mark there. So that's not very good. Hyperactivity, constantly moving / talking, struggling to sit still, touching things repeatedly, and difficult sleeping. Not difficulty. So okay, not quite correct there either. Impulsivity, acting without thinking, interrupting others, easily frustrated, unable to hold back emotions. Okay. So you can enter like 1 through 10, how that is for you that day. And then we have meals, suddenly, a very small section here. And then on the right, medications, which I don't really have. We have a water tracker over here. I do like this water tracker. It looks nice. You can only really drink 8 cups, I guess, of something. You have to kind of divide it or figure out your own system on how much this little cup is worth. And then notes, a very small section, which I also wrote at the bottom. Oh my god, this is such a little note space. This book was self-published, like on Amazon. I think I should try to do better. That's right, because this type of thing also makes me wonder, can I do it better? And can I come up with a better spread, which is one of the fun things about planner goals, the planner things that people like to do. The planner community always likes to improve itself. So this one I was not super impressed with. It kind of goes all over the place, and it's the same thing over and over again. So you have the same mistakes every day as well, with the short attention twice, etc., etc. It goes on and on and on. I think I counted that it was about 100, 120 pages, so that would be 240 pages or 240 days at most. So they didn't actually give you a whole year either. And in the back we have a few blank pages, so you can't count those. And that is all there is to it, which is very much like KDP products. So that's the first one. Now the next 3 were from Amazon, and I'm going to start with the one that was rated the lowest, because a lot of people appear to be very confused by it. And I looked through it, and I'm not entirely sure either what they were going for. But it looks really pretty. Like, this is the front over here. Now, the reason why I know that these are definitely KDPs, because they're all printed by the same company, printed in Poland by Amazon Fulfillment, Poland, SB, blah, 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 from Roklo, and all 3 of them say that in the back. If I can grab them, here we go. Number 2 says that, and then this one in the back says it as well. If I could show it without revealing it too much. Oops. Also says printed in Poland. Don't know if you guys can even see that. There it is. Well, it's a little bit difficult to see because of the limited space underneath the camera. But in any case, so those were all printed in Poland. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, there are a lot of creative people out there. Well, I didn't say that, but that's what I'm implying. Like, there's no reason why a KDP book has to be bad. There's probably a lot of good ones out there. This one apparently is not one of them. It is very pretty, I have to say. I also like this size. It's like an A4 size. There's plenty of space here. But let's take a look on the inside. So this is not a planner. It says ADHD workbook. But okay, it does have planner elements because we have our to-dos here and like a daily thing. So also the titles were kind of confused. They confused themselves a lot. So let's see, daily accomplishments, okay, and then we start with a bar that you can use to indicate what day it is, which I do kind of like this system, but over here, for instance, you can you see that? Yeah, there are like numbers that have been put so close together that they kind of become their own number. So that's not very useful. At least they got the mood order correct. I like that. Also, we have a weather tracker here, which could be fun, I guess. And there's no snow. Today's main focus. Okay, you can put some of that in there. That's fine. And then you have 3 little boxes for top priorities. Also, today's here has the wrong type of quote symbol in between. So there's a little thing that I can gripe about there. About top priorities, 1, 2, 3, I guess you could put that in there. And then we also have a must get done, hope to get done, and notes. So top priorities, I think, would be in the must get done already. So why would you put and a focus and top priorities and a must get done list? That's a little bit too much. At least I think that's too much. I kind of equate those in as kind of the same thing. Hope to get done, I guess, is not going to be in the top priority, so you could put that in there. It also won't be the main focus of today, apparently. Notes, very small section. And then we have a small section for the actual day. It's a little bit barren because all you have here is AM, noon, PM. And if it didn't say that, I guess you wouldn't know that it was even here to begin with. And then underneath we have the appointments and reminders. Do we need that if we already have space here for appointments? And another section for to-dos. And then we have time tasks for tomorrow. Okay, so this carries on to the next day. Okay, that's fine. And then at the end of the day, you can give it a daily score. I do like that. Like, how good was your day today? 1 through 5, you know, a rating score. So you think, okay, fine, I can handle this. I'll just do this for however many pages this is. But that's not what we get. We now get a conquer the day and a weekly focus. So I'm not sure if this is supposed to be the same day or if this is the next day, but then we get a weekly focus. So the order of the pages is not very good. Same type of scale up here, and then it says I am and a star. I don't know what to put there. I guess like that's supposed to be like an affirmation type of thing. It is a new day because we have a new top goals of the day, but now we have 3 lines instead of the 3 things that we had on the other side. Priorities with consequences, is that like a priority that you have separately from the top goals, or is this for you say like I need to take out the trash, need to shave the dog, and I need to put my taxes in order, and then over here you have to prioritize them or something? That might be what they're going for, but they seem a little bit disconnected because we've seen stuff on a previous page also kind of being next to each other without being super related. At least not super related in the sense that you have to take this and then put it there or something. And then we have a time block with no instructions as to what to do here. It's just a time block. And then we have a brain dump section over here. And we have notes with a grid, which is fairly large. Then we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and water, which is a lot more space than the meals one that we had on the other side. Did we even get a meals one? Oh, we didn't. Is this part of the same day? Could be, but then why do we have so many different areas to put focus and top goals and stuff like that? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I guess you could put your breakfast things and stuff over here and then track your water. Again, 8 symbols. That's all the amount of glasses of water you can drink. And then after, I guess this would then be one day if it really is one thing, or is it 2 days because we have 2 of these calendar things up here? I guess it must be, because why would you indicate the day twice? So this is different day then. Okay, fine. So different day, day 2, and then day 3 is currently not available because we're looking at the weekly focus. Okay, you see the weekly focus? Now you can. And the weekly focus is only indicated by a month, and you cannot say, actually this is a month grid, not a week grid. That's weird. So you have basically no indication of saying which week of January it is. It's just January. And then you can put the main focus here. But then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is that? 35. So this is basically month grid, and then with some notes underneath. So maybe this is supposed to be a monthly overview, but they decided to say weekly because they actually wanted to make a weekly focus, but they couldn't quite wrap their mind around it. And then we have the my monthly mindset, self-reflections, I guess, and positive thoughts. No explanation as to how you're going to use this. I mean, which is also nice that you have like a blank slate basically where you can do whatever you like. But I guess a lot of people were complaining that they didn't know what to do with it. So I'm guessing this is a little bit too little information for people to figure out what's going on. And then suddenly we have a daily check-in. So we're all over the place with this planner. We have a morning check-in, afternoon check-in, evening check-in. Again, only we can select a month, not a day or a week. So maybe this is over the month or not. Well, if it were over the month, then we only really have, I think this is a week again, because we have 7 bars each time. So you have to indicate on January 1st, you're feeling something in the morning, something in the afternoon, something in the evening. But then you only, yeah, I don't know, something like that. I guess I would use it like that, but it's just so strange that it's behind this monthly mindset thing. Yeah, the order of things is very, very strange. And now we have the my stress factors over here, this book right here, a distraction tracker over there. Are you supposed to put this on your desk and then keep track of your distractions, date and time? Cause, response, external, internal. Maybe somebody had a certain thing that they use for themselves and to them it makes a whole lot of sense, but other people will need an explanation and this might not be enough. And then we have a small section down here that says notes. They could have just continued this all the way down because this doesn't seem like a super useful notes section necessarily. And thought log, you have to have very short thoughts because otherwise it's not going to have, we won't be able to fill it in. Date, time, event, consequence, rational response. But you can't really put the thought anywhere. So it's a thought log without actually being able to log the thought. You can log the consequence of having the thought and then the rational response, but that's it. Trigger tracker, did we not have that before? Was that distraction tracker? No, I guess we didn't have that before, but it's a similar type of thing, again, with that layout with the logs, daytime situation trigger, emotions, and notes here. Notes here, notes here. Okay. All right, self-reflection. Okay, in each rectangle, right now we get a thing here that we're supposed to follow. So now in each rectangle, write something that describes your emotions, triggers, and thoughts. So these guys have arrows pointing towards each other. These do not. These do. These do not. These do. And then these do not. These do. These do not. These do. These do not. Also, these ones are bigger than the rest. And it's not quite divided properly. So I'm not sure what these arrows are supposed to do. This seems like a bit of a puzzle. And I don't know if the arrows are useful, actually. Maybe it would have been better if you were to put describes your emotions, triggers, and thoughts on the one end, and then a response on the other, or something like that. I don't know. Daily accomplishments. Oh, we're back. I think this is the end of the whole cycle. So we have a whole bunch of pages. Yeah, that's right. We're back here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sites that you then, I guess, fill out per day, and then we're back to the next one, so that makes it even less days. Actually, this may only be like 3 months worth of planner space or workbook space or something along those lines. But as people did note, it was fairly confusing, and there are some interesting things in here. I'm definitely not going to say that it's entirely bad, but the layout is strange. There's not much explanation. There are things that are just misspelled, that are kind of sloppily put together, and that is not a great look for you. And well, the Amazon reviews, well, sometimes people can be very critical. I think we're definitely correct with this one, and ends on thought log. Okay, so that's you. Next one, A Daily Planner, ADHD and Me. This was by... This one has nice design. Like the others didn't have... Well, this is really a nice picture, but I mean, like the others didn't have too much font design here. All rights reserved. Part 1, working in harmony with my ADHD brain. Yeah, this one had more of an explanation, which is great. So what makes it special, right? How this journal can help. Okay, so you have to go through this, read a little bit about stuff, how ADHD can show up. I guess if you're not sure if you have it yet, you can still check by reading this part, but why would you have ordered it otherwise? Suggestions to consider: join a group, learn more, identify it, embrace it. Okay, oh my god, there's a lot of stuff here. Focus boost, ways to eliminate distractions. Can be useful, I guess. Self-care, why it's important. The self-care wheel, okay, very good. Self-care plan, which can be nice, and a couple of different things. I did like this, actually. Like, there's different types of self-care that you can describe for yourself, so you have some type of plan in case you start feeling stressed or overworked or something else is happening that makes you stress out a little more, and you need to be able to take care of yourself. So you have the morning self-care, the evening self-care, steps I can take to be more consistent with the self-care. And then on the other side, we have the weekend or time off self-care, emergency self-care when I'm feeling low, which is very nice. Like, sometimes you just can't prepare a moment to have a cup of coffee. Sometimes it's just something in your face. You need to do something with it. If you have something written down already, what you could do during those times, then that can be very helpful to already have that on hand. And steps I can take to be more consistent again, but I don't know what the consistency is here. How consistent can you be with emergency self-care? I don't know, but that's a thing. Reframe negative beliefs. Okay, so this one explains it a little bit more, which is good. Anxious thoughts. All right, so not much daily planning yet. We have an explanation about the ADHD cycle. We have goal setting, which is a lot of work. And to be honest, all of this reading, I would probably just skip that and go look for the first page when I can actually start doing some planning. What you can do to break the cycle, yeah, I definitely wouldn't do that. Like this entire thing, I would probably skip. Tips and explanation, habits for creating habits over here, habits I like, habits I dislike, a habit to do more of, a habit to do less of, a habit to start, a habit to stop, okay. Practical thoughts, I don't know. I don't tend to have a lot of those. ADHD habit hack. Secret trick to get a new habit to stick is to become emotionally invested in the outcome. Connect what you want to with why you want to do it. Spend time thinking about visualizing how it will look. I feel like achieve your objective. La 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 la. So this is like a little bit of journaling space and how you can crack some habits. Hack those, I suppose. A lot of space here. And then we have notes and thoughts just there. Part 2, daily and weekly pages. There we go. Now we're actually in the planner. So now this is a weekly overview. We haven't done any daily planning yet. We're already overviewing the week. How did this week go? So the week has already ended, apparently. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. And then we have here information of the week, top tasks, not fun, but has to be done. I will reward myself by to do this week. Is that different from the top task? I guess the top to-dos. Self-care tracker, it just has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday over there. Don't know what you're supposed to do with that specifically. Like, how are you tracking what exactly? Reminders, okay, I guess you could put some reminders there. Not for now tasks, so that goes somewhere else. And a small notes and thoughts section over here. And like I said, how did the week go? Now we have a daily plan. Okay, here we go. So no mood tracker, just a self-care tracker. Although, is this tracking? Because we see food, sleep, exercise, massage, writing stuff, and sun. But is this something you're supposed to circle, or what do you do with this? I don't know. Today's main focus, you can put that over there. You can do a time block for today. And today's top 3 is also here. I will warm myself with. Yep, we already had that. Reminders, contacts, someone, things I want to remember, but that are not for now. Okay, that's on every page as well. So these pages are all pretty much the same. So you get 1 page per day of the week. And then I guess we're into the next weekly overview. Oh, first of all, we have a weekly brain refresh. What's on my mind? So I guess that's their way of saying brain dump, which I think when there is already a term for something, I think that's best to just stick to it. Otherwise, they're going to think, oh, this weekly brain refresh must be something new and different, you know? Things I want to remember. Okay. Also, but that are not for now. So they already had a small section of that per day, but now you have a whole bunch of them over here. And another one on this side, exact same page. And then we have a weekly overview, and we're starting the entire thing over again. So this, let's get to the first page. Yeah, no, that's not it. Habits. Oh my god, this is taking so long. Okay, it starts here. This is the daily and weekly pages. You can see as well on these little gray lines here. So this is pretty much the entire section. And it stops around here with the notes. Right about here. So this is the weeks section. And I'm counting the little gray lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish weeks. So also not a full year, not even half a year, 10 weeks. No, that's like 2.5 months, something like that. So every 2.5 months, you'd have to get a new one of these. I guess if you really enjoy it, they weren't super expensive. I think this one was like under $10. So if you really, really like it, you could get a new one. You would have to get, I think, 4 or 5 of these in order to fill an entire year, I guess, unless you're one of those that doesn't actually use it every day, then you could probably take a little longer to get through it. So not a full year either, which is something that they didn't think about. That was probably an afterthought, how many pages exactly they wanted to put in there. On to the last one. This is called an ADHD Daily, Weekly, Monthly Planner right here. Also a nice cover, a little bit busy, gotta say, and this explains how it's used on the back, which is a nice way to do that, I suppose, because that's definitely going to be visible and immediately visible to people turning it around. If you can see the entire cover on Amazon, that would be helpful. Well, yeah, we have a few things here like the daily, weekly, and roundup sections. Let's go to the starts. Oops, that's not the entire start. The start starts here. All right, so this is basically the same as over here. This one's from Harmony House Publishing. ADHD Planner belongs to somebody. All right, we start off with a monthly overview and put the month over there. And then we have a whole bunch of things over there you can do stuff with. We have some important dates and mustn't forgets over here. All right. Again, with a different term for brain dump. In this case, they call it brain overspill, which sounds kind of worse than brain dump. And when I hear brain dump, it's like everything that's weighing on my mind, literally, I'm just going to dump out on the page, and then I get more space to breathe in my mind anyway. But over here, brain overspill seems like your brain's overfull, and everything you're going to put on the page is what spills over the edge. But that doesn't quite clear everything out. So that term kind of like doesn't charm me very much. It's a very wide grid as well. Like there's a whole lot of space between these dots, so not very comfortable for writing on, I would think. And we have a section for doodles down here. I guess if you want to doodle, but if you're a doodler, you probably wouldn't need a section for doodles. You'll doodle whatever or wherever you want. Weekly planner, so we have all of the days here. We have week commencing. I don't know why it says commencing, but there it is. But that's the dates, I guess, the first day of the week, main focus for the week, and then it says you've got this randomly, upcoming agenda, events, appointments, deadlines. You're supposed to put them all in here or in here. I don't know. Priority tasks, things I want to achieve. Does that not have priority? And then we have a mood thing, which also says healthy environments. Maybe the healthy environment will affect your mood, but I don't know. It just strikes me as odd. I'm not sure what to do with that. Anyway, so these moods go randomly as well. You have a sad looking person. This one looks content. This one looks angry. This one's crying. This one's hurt. That one's sleeping. Is sleeping a mood? Apparently it is. Also being hurt is a mood. So mood. And that's something that annoys me, that it's not quite logically lined up there. We have to do a couple of them and some note space because they had a bit of space left, I imagine. And another daily planner date page. Oh, this will be the week itself. So this is going to be 7 pages, I imagine. We're starting off with the main focus for the day, top right. You have to put the date in the top there, structure of the day, routines and habits. So morning, middle, evening. This is routines and habits, I guess. I suppose. That's, well, why is it morning, middle, and evening and not morning, afternoon, evening? I don't know, just a bit weird. Okay, hours of sleep over there, energy level, something out of 10. Again, 8 glasses of water max, otherwise you're drowning yourself apparently. We have some must-dos over here, more do's if time permits. Okay, so that's the nice-to-haves, I guess. Meal planner, BLD, so breakfast, lunch, dinner, no snacks. And the mood is back again. I mustn't forget this, apparently. And is that different from must-dos? I don't know. Today I'm grateful for something. And thoughts down here. Then we have a schedule over there. And for me, I don't think this would work very well because I don't tend to have a lot of to-dos, to be honest. I do a lot of things, but I don't tend to sit down or want to sit down and write everything down beforehand. I just do things as things come up. And I feel like I would have to come back in and then fill out the to-dos after the fact. And that doesn't make a lot of sense. I've got that problem with all of these, so it's not just like this specific one. They all have to-do lists, and I'm not much of a to-do person, but we'll have 7 pages of these. There we go. And then the weekly roundup page. Praise, what I did well, what am I most pleased about, you can put that there. Why does this say week of? We already know what date it is, we've dated it a bunch of times already. Overall mood for the week, okay, still the same order. What I have been grateful for this week, okay, how I felt the week went. Tasks that I didn't get done, tasks to carry forward to the next week, and then my self-talk, I guess, and notes again. Achievements, and then we have here a round thing that says meal planning ideas and with some cutlery on the side. So if you have any ideas for meal planning, you can stuff them in there, I suppose. I think they were trying to be quirky by making it like a plate type of thing. It just comes across as a little awkward. And if I really want to do meal planning, I would like more space than that. But anyways, we're back here with the brain overspill. This just keeps going on and on and on. It's the same thing over and over again, as is the case with most of these. Obviously, not a problem because you do like to have some structure here, obviously. And anything in the back, brain overspill. Oh, we have some space left. So now it's all brain overspill and doodles over here. Oh, it starts over here. Brain overspill, doodles, brain overspill, doodles. And some more. Does it go all the way to the back? And then a blank page and then that thing. Okay, so how much space does each week take? Let's see, this is basically the roundup page. Daily planner starts about here with the weekly planner. And then we have the weekly roundup. That's about this much. So that's compared to that. Can you see what I'm doing over here? Yeah, there we go. This is about the space a week takes up. So I'm guessing, if we were to guesstimate, it's going to be about the same amount of weeks as this one over here. So also not a full year. You'll have to get a few of these in order to get the entire year covered if you do like it. So I'm just gonna put them over here, spread them out a little bit so you guys can see them somewhat. So these are the 4 planners that I have taken a look at. They all have things that are kind of nice and things that make me go, why is that in here? Some of them are more sloppily made than others, which you've seen. I have not really felt like using any of these. I might give each of them a try for about a week to see if I change my mind. But so far, I'm not super interested in using these systems. Some of them are more confusing than others. And others just have things in them that I just fundamentally disagree with. So that is my ADHD planner review so far. If you have an ADHD planner that you would suggest using or would like me to take a look at, make sure to put that in the comment section below. For now, I'm going to thank you for watching. I hope to see you in another video, and bye-bye for now.